I'm back at Wollaston Lake Lodge in Saskatchewan. I'm here partly because of the big pike and world-class accommodations and equipment. But I'm mostly here to fish with, or should I say, be guided by, a young friend of mine named Ben Lemke. I first met Ben about a dozen years ago up here when he was about 60 pounds. I got him into fly casting. Turns out he's picked up another bad habit from Uncle Larry. I think when I first met Ben, he was just getting into fly fishing and he's learned to tie flies and all that, and he's become a lure maker. And his grandma, I think, bought him, I don't know how much lure making stuff for Christmas, but anyway, I brought my friend Mike from Alumalite, who's the goop king, and he and Ben are somewhere mixing goop in a shack that has been devoted to Ben's goopage. So we're gonna go find him, and then we're gonna go on the lake. All right, let's go in and see what Beaner's been gooping. Incidentally, this is Mike, the Goop King, from Alumalite, makelure.com. So this is it, huh, Beaner?
Yep.
It looks too clean. It's got the right smell, though.
Yeah, melted plastic.
Now show me what you got going here. Well, that's snappy.
Yep.
This is Ben's Frankenfish. Oops, the card. I'm gonna leave that on the floor. Okay, now explain to me what the concept is here, Mr.
The concept is I started off with a top water, and then I killed kind of a swim bait last year, and I figured why not put the swim bait with the top water, and I did it, and it worked out pretty well. Got 42 and some other larger fish last year, so I've just taken it to the extreme. Got a nice soft tail and a buzz bait head.
You made a mold?
Yep.
Not bad. Is this solid?
Yeah.
Solid super plastic? Let's check out these molds here. And you've come a long way.
2-piece mold.
Oh, that's nice.
Got my head piece, my tail piece, and then I'm working on a smaller one right now, so that's that one.
You're conserving your goop.
Yep.
You're doing a good job. I like that. We get to work on molding some soft plastic lures for our trip out. We also get the idea to create a slightly different head for Ben's Frankenfish, one that would make a slow wake on top of the water, which might be interesting to see in action. When you're making a prototype, anytime you're making a prototype of a lure that has a diving lip on it, figuring out exactly where to put the nose is probably the biggest challenge. It's just like figuring out the bridle for a kite. Bending a little left. It's going just a little bit left, and I can see why. I just bend that a notch to the right. This is going to be it, Ben. Now watch this guy. Watch this guy. Be really cool because every time it kicks, it's going to. All right, let's go see if something will eat it. Ben's first choice is a narrows that opens to a 20-foot flat before it necks down. I immediately spot whitefish and suckers. There should be post-spawn feeding pike here, but the water is cold, so I pick a large lure. I can work with a slow, zigzag, hang and stop retrieve, or with quicker moves if needed. A pack of low to mid 40 inchers goes on full attack. There you go, Ben. Oh yeah. Whew. Really, really healthy. Look at the width of his stomach.
Oh. He's hot though, he's pretty hot. Where did the animals go? But don't be afraid if I got them fall, just pitch right, you know, go for it if they're not gonna bite. Just don't even hesitate. I got one coming after it now again. Got him. Oh, it's a nice one. Oh, Mr. Pike. Not decent, not a monster, but really decent. Okay, grab that hook now, will you please, somebody? Thank you. Get him back quickly. Thanks. Come on, Oscar. Well, that's really interesting, but it's sure not surprising. We're in a place that's super, super clear. Toughest place in the lake to catch a fish, probably. So what do you do? The easiest way to fool a fish is probably with a topwater lure in real clear water. And I fooled that guy. Let's hope we can fool a couple of other ones. Stop. See the pike? Right there. Got him. Look at this. There we go. We had one, it's a super good rule. You always want to have one rod set up with like a fluke or whatever. And I'll explain something about that in a minute, but this was a case, this guy just came swimming by and I happened to have the fluke stick, dropped it in front of him. I would doubt that he would have bit anything else other than maybe a fly. Big enough Ben can't hardly get his big mitt around him. That's a pretty nice one.
That's ground to my waist.
That's right. Ground to your waist, which is
40's here.
I'm about a 32. There we go. he revives this fish. I'll explain what I was going to say before. There are times, don't ask me why, but there are times when pike are just so goofy, so neutral, about the only thing you can catch them on is a fly. And one of the reasons is a fly has almost no mass. It's just laying in the water and they come up behind it and just go, and it goes in their mouth. With a lure that's got mass, they can come up behind it. Because that lure's got so much mass, it's got inertia, and it won't go in their mouth. The closest thing you can get to a fly, if you're not a fly fisherman, is either put some lead in front of a fly, which is sort of wimpy, or you can build yourself like a fluke type bait or just a ribbon thing that will hang in the water with very, very little weight, very, very little resistance, very neutrally buoyant. And then come up behind that and do the old, and it goes in their mouth just like a fly does. Oh yeah, Ben, all right, he's gone. The other cool thing, we're up here in the middle of nowhere. Pike just chops off plastics to pieces. Well, if you've got a mold with you, just a simple microwave, all you need is a small amount of soft plastics that you can heal them all up, remelt them, and repour them, which is what we do when we're up here.
After traveling by boat the first day to some far-off spots, we fly back to the lodge in a float plane, then head back out the next morning in it as well, which will allow more time for fishing.
Wiggly gets him.
Ben has created some of his own Mr. Wigglies, and we're going to see how they do.
I think this is your best one, Beaner. This is Beaner's Wiggly Box. How many Wiggly molds have you got?
6.
6 Wiggly molds, and he hasn't let anybody use them yet. So this is the first test Wiggly. And what color was this?
Pink.
I know it's pink, but how do you get pink? This looks like fluorescent pink.
Flame red and white.
Flame red and white.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But man, does it glow in the dark?
No, not quite.
All right, let's see if it works. Where should I throw it? Should I try it on this side? I'll just flip it out right over here. Is it gonna work, Ben? I think he's successful. Well, he's rigged, Mike. Oh, yeah, Ben, pink works! Ben's pink wiggly got snatched.
Beaner wig.
Beaner's pink wiggly got bit. That doesn't sound right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It gets stale. He's gonna learn his lesson. That'll teach him.
We're exploring various basins, hoping to find the best concentrations of forage and hungry fish. The clear water areas have produced, but too often it's taken trick lures or insanely super long casts with top water stuff. Ben and I agree that since it's where we've seen the most forage, our best shot at catching a good one on top water would be a tea-colored bay with developed vegetation, so that's where we opt to take our last go.
Oh, nice big fish.
Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that, Dan. I mean, not Dan. Oh, that's a nice one. A picture of Mike. Just the head.
Nice.
Thank you. That's incredible.
Good fish. Fatty.
That's what those memories are made of, right?
Yep.
Nice. That's a nice one. That's a pretty good one, Mike. He's pulling the boat.
Not a bad way to end the day.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, everybody out of the way. Hey, there's really no better place you can come to fish pike than right here at Wollaston Lake Lodge. And even little Benny might even take you out, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks for the memories.